HIV/AIDS PowerPoint Presentation Pathology Project Part 5. This project is being submitted on March the 12th, 2015 for Lee W. Ott, PhD, Section 18, Structure and Function of the Human Body. Introduction. What is HIV/AIDS? Transmission of HIV, signs and symptoms, prevention of HIV, testing and treatment of HIV/AIDS, and statistics of HIV/AIDS. What is HIV? HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. HIV invades your T cells and CD4 cells. It attacks your immune system, which is the body's way of protecting itself. What is AIDS? HIV can destroy so many of the CD4 cells that the body is no longer able to fight disease or infection. When this happens, HIV advances to AIDS, the final stage of the HIV infection. AIDS is a condition in which progressive failure of the immune system allows life-threatening, opportunistic infections and cancers to thrive. How is HIV transmitted? HIV is found in the blood or bodily fluids of an infected person. HIV can enter the body through the bloodstream or mucous membranes. HIV can be spread through unprotected sex with someone who is HIV positive, injections or transfusions contaminated with HIV, from mother to baby during pregnancy, and breastfeeding. Signs and symptoms of HIV. Many people who are infected with HIV have no signs and symptoms of the infection. Others will develop severe flu-like symptoms that typically subside within 2 weeks. Other signs and symptoms include swelling of the lymph nodes, nausea, vomiting, fatigue, joint pain, and rash. Transmission of HIV. Prevention of HIV. Don't have unprotected sex. Don't share needles. If you are at risk of an occupational exposure, treat everyone as if they were HIV positive. HIV cannot be transmitted from kissing, sneezing, coughing, sharing plates and cups, or protected sex. Know your status. HIV testing can be performed at a number of locations and sometimes for free. You get results in as little as 20 minutes, and testing is relatively painless. Know your status. Treatment. There is no cure for HIV. Once you have contracted the virus, you have it for life. HIV is treated with a combination of 3 or more antiretroviral drugs, referred to as ART. ART attacks the ability of HIV to infect healthy living cells. A person receiving treatment must go for viral load monitoring, which means periodically checking the amount of HIV in the blood to determine if the treatment is effective. Drug cocktail is what's commonly referred to as the combination of drugs required to treat HIV infection. Treatment continued. HIV treatment is designed to slow the replication of the virus. A person receiving treatment must take it directly as prescribed to prevent mutation and resistance of the virus. AIDS at a glance. Once HIV advances to AIDS, it makes the body highly susceptible to opportunistic infections. AIDS is a complex of symptoms and infections caused by the HIV virus's impact on the immune system. Global epidemic. 1 in 5 people in the U.S. with HIV don't know that they have it. Know your status to prevent the spreading of HIV. Worldwide, there were about 2.1 million new cases of new infection in 2013. About 35 million people around the world are living with HIV. That concludes my PowerPoint presentation, Project Part 5 of HIV/AIDS.